Well, good morning, all. Good morning. How are you doing today? This morning I am inside. It is raining outside. It has been for several days now. I think some of last week too. If we've not met yet, my name is Denise Brazil. We have Brazil Farm on 3.5 acres. I don't know if you can hear Ruby. Come here. This is my sidekick, Ruby, and she is a red lab who we just adore. She is so spoiled. We've never had another animal as spoiled as her. Well, she is playing with a bone that makes quite a racket when it hits the floors. Can you say, hey, Ruby? Hey, Ruby. Ruby knows, like many animals do, that the phone steals your soul so they won't look at it. She knows. She knows. Anyway, you've heard me talk if you've been on here any length of time that did she seriously just no, she went and got another one. She's got 3 of them. She stole one of them, but she's got 3 of them now so she can make all this noise. Anyway, we've been talking about, I am a gardener, 3.5 acres. We have cut flowers, a little nursery, a teaching garden. We are creating a native wildflower area on 1/2 acre, and then I create nature journals. Well, this YouTube channel is more about how to stay focused on your goals through the lens of someone that does what I do. So you don't have to be a gardener or anything. You don't have to have, you could be a nurse, you could be, a rocket scientist, whatever you want to be. And I'm just hopefully encouraging you for whatever your goals are to keep going. Well, this week has been a little bit different. For about a week now, it's just been off kilter a little bit, and today it's raining. It rained yesterday, and so it's keeping me out of the garden a bit. So today I'm inside. I'm in the cool. The season has changed too. It's very hot here, so garden centers come to almost a complete stop in many areas when it's this hot. One, because things don't want to grow. A lot of people even close down their gardens. In my garden, and what I mean by that is like I don't pull up plants just yet to prepare for the fall, but I'm also not out there planting. I'm not doing any more planting. This is when you watch things grow. It's this also the time of year when it's raining so much you can't necessarily get in there and even keep things tidy. So a lot of people give up on their gardens this time of year, myself included. The first few years we lived in this house, I was just like, I can't do it. I can't keep up with the weeds. Everything just wants to die. So what do? Well, oddly enough, I teach a class on that. How to make it through the heat of Florida, or you could be in a cold section and it would be very similar. So classes will be up on my Facebook and Instagram page. It is Brazil Farm, BREAZEALE Farm. On Facebook and Instagram. You can stop by the house here and see that, and that address you can find on Facebook and Instagram. But I'll be teaching classes on now is the time to start planting your fall garden. It's always time to plan at least 6 months ahead. Okay, and we're less than 6 months ahead from fall, but so many people wait. Fall for us doesn't start till mid-October, and so you're going out to your garden center in mid-October trying to create a garden out of nothing. or salvage your summer garden. So now is the time to come take classes and learn how to do that. And that's no matter what business you're in, you're always looking forward. You're always looking about what's around the corner. You don't want to wait until you're there to go, oh, I need to do this. At least have it in your brain that that's coming up. Now, we can't, there shouldn't be too many surprises in this life. Life does happen and things do take you for a turn. But we have forgotten, my generation has forgotten, one, how to save for an emergency. We go, oh, that's what insurance is for. We have insurance for that. Well, how's that going for you? Yeah, it did real good for us when we were younger because insurance did what it said it was going to do. But just like with so many things that sound too good to be true, things get stronger than they should be. And the insurance industry has gotten stronger than it needs to be. But I'm very grateful for the few times I have had to use it. Anyway, off topic. We need to plan for a rainy day. We need to think ahead. What's going to be happening in 6 months? You should have money set aside for that flat tire because it's going to go flat. My stove right now, for whatever reason, my oven's not working. I have no idea why. But I knew something was going to break down. This year, we've had a lot of that. In some years you do. Sometimes you can go years without anything happening, and then it all happens at once. But just like in life, in business, you need to be thinking ahead. Thinking, oh, this is getting older, so I need to prepare for this. Or, I don't have a clue what the market's going to do, so I need to have a different nest egg over here to help prepare me for that. So on my actual rainy day, I am preparing for the coming seasons, posting my classes online, looking forward, succession planning. I'm continuing to work on what the plan is, and succession planning, see how you can put this in your life and in your world. I'm going to turn you around real quick. Ruby, I have to redo this because Ruby decided to eat the dirt yesterday, but that was my fault for putting it on the ground. So I'm inside and I am going to be sowing these seeds. And I make these little blocks of soil and they're in nice, neat little stacks. Of course, you can't see that because that's where Ruby decided to eat some dirt. I've never had a dog eat things. But see these little soil blocks? And then I'll put one of these seeds in there. And then I do this every couple of weeks. So I can have different flowers coming up. Succession planning. So what's the next thing you're working on? What's the next thing that's going to be fresh? Fresh things keep you excited about what you're doing. Because we can get bogged down by the mundane, and that's what life is. Life is so mundane. My husband and son know I cannot stand thinking about food and dinner, whatever. I love to cook, but when I say I love to cook, I want to get in there and almost have a cooking day and cook all day. But besides that, I can go in there and eat me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and be done. Thinking about food or what to plan and stuff, that's the mundane to me. You got to do it every day. People want to eat, they don't want to starve. Me, I'm overweight. I could go a long time without eating. And so, but the mundane is where life happens. The mundane is where you actually move forward a little bit. Because if you cannot get off track during the mundane and you can keep going. You actually improve a little bit every day. I read a book one time. I've read lots of little books like this that encourage me because my brain likes to give up real quickly. And I don't like giving up quickly. My brain does. So I have to control my brain and what it's thinking. And so, but it was talking about the 1%. If you set your goals and you say, if I can just do 1% of what that goal is, then I will be ahead 1%. Well, at the end of the year, you've got 365 1%. You're not necessarily going to be 365% ahead, but you are going to be 365 1% ahead. You're going to keep adding a little bit every day. We have allowed our house, and I say we because it's not just, anyway, it's not just me. We have allowed this house to get a little out of control, thinking on other things, doing other things. I'm spending so much of my time outside. David is working so freaking much at work. We're blessed to have both, but we were starting to let the house, fade away. And so I've been chipping away this past week. Like I said, it's been a little off for me. I've not been on my routine, which I really miss, but I've been chipping away at something else. So what I need to do now is I had a good routine of keeping the house, but it was barely keeping it. I need to have add a little bit more routine of, going through stuff, purging stuff, and it's just putting things back in its place. Something that I learned from my mother, which is many things, is that everything needs to have a place. If you do not have a place for it or something else needs to go. You don't force things in your house. Don't open cabinets and have things fall out. Something needs to go. If you are one that hates throwing things away, give it to a charity. Have a yard sale. Lord, give it away. Give it to somebody else. But don't make your life congested by holding on to something that doesn't work for you. And I feel like I'm sort of all over the place, but that's sort of the way my head's been this week. So you get to get some of it too. I am going to get off here and get to my making more soil blocks and planting more seeds, and creating the life that we want. And in doing that, you got to do the mundane things. You got to keep your house. You got to plant some seeds. You got to look ahead. And you got to move forward 1%. Do 1% more today than you did yesterday. Do 1% of your goal than you did yesterday. Okay? You're the only one that's in competition with you. Okay? You have a great day. Bye.